A certain type of strength doesn't proclaim itself, it doesn't glitter, it doesn't require recognition, nor does it even seek to be noticed. It simply is, calm, firm, and unyielding. This strength resides in silence, not as a lack of sound, but as a demonstration of command, the sort of control that remains elusive to many because they haven't ventured to spend sufficient time in solitude to uncover it. We inhabit a society captivated by noise. Individuals converse at length to avoid emptiness, share updates incessantly to validate their importance, and respond without thinking because quietude feels like defeat. However, silence isn't defeat. It's a tactic. It's discipline. It's self-possession. Those who cultivate it become formidable. Silence is the dividing line between those who react and those who wield true power. Once you cease to feel compelled to answer every offense, every story, every act of disloyalty, you begin to experience a lucidity that cannot be disrupted, as silence provides room to contemplate, to experience emotion, to discern what genuinely deserves your attention and what is merely distraction. And when you stop fueling the distraction, it fades away independently. They will attempt to incite a reaction from you, simply to see if you will falter. They will make comments in your absence, hoping to provoke an explanation, a response, a refutation. But when you remain composed, when you refrain from participation, that's when their resolve begins to weaken, because people are unequipped to contend with someone who declines to engage in conflict. They anticipate opposition. But when you offer them tranquility instead, it disturbs them more profoundly than any outburst could. That is a subtle form of retribution, not through retaliation, not through raising your voice, but through surpassing, through ascending, through evolving into someone so firmly grounded in self-worth that turmoil can unfold before you without even registering a reaction. Your silence transforms into a reflection, compelling others to confront their own image. And most individuals are frightened by what they will perceive when the clamor is removed. Within silence, you discover your true self. You address the thoughts you've suppressed, the anxieties you've overlooked, the realities you've been too preoccupied to acknowledge. And from this confrontation, resilience emerges, not the boisterous, ostentatious kind, but the quiet kind. The kind that enters a space without needing to make an announcement. The kind of strength that allows others to speak, because you have nothing left to demonstrate. You evolve into someone who has no need to dominate disagreements, as your very being embodies the resolution. Someone who doesn't require acknowledgement because their inner self is already fulfilled. This is the power of quietude. It safeguards you, it directs you, it tempers you, and do not confuse it with frailty. Silence is not a sign of weakness. True weakness lies in the need for attention, in the longing for approval, and in allowing feelings to dictate your responses. Silence is precisely the contrary. It represents self-control in its most refined state. It's the choice to pause while others hurry, to heed when others talk, and to act when others remain paralyzed. Silence is as action, calculated, deliberate, and profoundly impactful. Many fail to grasp this concept. They assume that quietness indicates fear, and a lack of reaction signifies passivity. However, genuine strength has no requirement to retaliate. Genuine strength doesn't pursue vengeance. It becomes it. And the ultimate retribution is dedicating yourself so completely to your development, your recovery, and your life's work that they no longer recognize you. That is authentic transformation. Subtle, purposeful, and absolute. When you embrace silence, you assume a position of strength, not through pride, but through insight. You begin to understand that not every conflict merits engagement, not every offense warrants a reply, and not every circumstance demands your energy. Silence is the skill of recognizing your own power and refusing to relinquish it. You'll discover that silence frequently communicates more effectively than speech ever could. It conveys assurance, profundity, and comprehension. It demonstrates that you are in command, not merely of your voice, but of your thoughts. And this kind of control is what unsettles others, because it means they cannot control you, provoke you, or defeat you. History's most insightful figures tended to speak sparingly, understanding the significance of their words. They knew that silence clarifies thinking and enhances presence. They refrained from speaking unless it had a clear objective. And when they did speak, others paid attention, because their silence lent gravity to their statements. You are not obligated to justify your tranquility to anyone. You have no need to defend your quietness. Allow them to speculate. Allow them to misunderstand. Let them be consumed by their own presumptions while you flourish in your composure. The world will clamor for your notice. Do not provide it. Offer them your achievements instead. In an era defined by performance, posing, and pretense, where the pressure is to stand out, remain composed, and be authentic, a serenity emerges from genuine self-control. It's a resolute tranquility stemming from the understanding that true victory lies in having conquered oneself. This is the essence of authentic power. Your quietude isn't a void, it's a powerful manifestation of being fully present. Your silence isn't a sign of fragility, it's a protective shield. Your silence isn't an indication of failure, it's a conscious choice to transcend. Keep in mind, your voice isn't required for others to acknowledge you. Strength isn't demonstrated through reaction. Triumph doesn't necessitate conflict. Often the most impactful action is to remain silent. If these words resonate with a hidden part of you, something you've attempted to suppress, something concealed beneath layers of response, clamor, and facade, allow this to be more than fleeting inspiration. Let it be a moment of insight, a moment of complete understanding. Perhaps, for the first time in a while, you feel recognized, you feel comprehended, and above all, you feel empowered once more. Carry this with you. Allow it to reside within your silence, to reverberate during times when the world attempts to draw you back into turmoil. Recall that you don't require volume to be noticed. You don't need to debate to validate your value. You don't need to abandon your composure to achieve breakthroughs. You are complete and sufficient as you are, in your calm, cool, and unwavering presence. If this resonated with you, if it provided a sense of stability, then don't simply move on. Become a part of this community. Subscribe to this channel to maintain connection with the strength of the person you are evolving into. Share this with someone who has lost sight of their inner power, someone who requires a reminder that silence isn't emptiness, but rather authority, elegance, and elegance and self-possession. This is more than just material. It's a shift in perspective, a subtle uprising, one that originates in stillness and culminates in mastery.